everybody, Dr. Krystal here, coming at you today with a really important topic all about children's coordination and movement and how that really ties into their brain health and what things can be going on that can be wreaking havoc in that brain that's developing and what we can maybe do to help that out. So have you noticed that your child is a little bit clumsy, struggling with meeting their developmental milestones, or having issues maybe in school, focusing, things like that? So these can be signs that there's an issue going on with their brain-body connection. And there are certain patterns and things that we need to support in order for their brains to be growing in a healthy manner, so that way we can keep up with this development as a child is growing. So what things to look out for is, making sure that there is good connection between crawling, walking, movement patterns, and just helping build a really strong neurological pathway right from the beginning. So all of these things tie together. The order in which these developmental milestones happen does matter, and it's really important to make sure that your child's developing in appropriate ways, so that way we can avoid injury later on or issues with learning and just things like that as a child is growing. So brain-body connection is so important, and we talk about that, especially with chiropractic care, all of the time, because every single chiropractic adjustment that you get helps reconnect and reestablish those brain pathways, so that way your body can be talking to itself properly without any garbled messaging or anything. And what helps that develop even better is good, strong, healthy movements. So staying active and making sure your child is getting good motor skills and different movements along the way is super important. So we really want to just stress how that really does have an impact, not just on their movement, but on their focus, on their coordination, on their ability to learn new skills and sports and things like that for later on as well. Really, we want to look out for things like clumsiness, frequency, falling, just, maybe not being able to do things like skipping, or their crawling patterns, if they're really little, are not quite even and balanced. We have had children, that we notice that they don't quite have a, arm foot pattern when they do their crawling. They may be doing like a little side crawl, or they're just kind of using one side of their body more than the other, kind of like a little bit of an army crawl situation. These kinds of things are just things to look out for. Are they not being able to do coordinated movements like jumping or mimicking kind of movements with dance moves, or just when you're trying to do these types of things, walking, their posture, being able to even just sit still or focus. All of these are signs that there is maybe a little bit of disconnect with that brain-body connection, and that's what we're here to help with. So chiropractic care helps strengthen those coordinating movements that your body does have, and in order to build crisscross patterns in the brain waves, so that way your body is more just agile and coordinated, and that your mobility has some nice pattern to it. So just keep that in mind, because that's really what we're looking for. And just simple things that you can do to help strengthen these patterns, working with your children and doing, like I said, like mimicking type of movements where they're doing, cross body, cross midline little activities, or just, animal walks, different like yoga movements and things like that, where you're kind of getting in there with them and showing them different movements that they can be doing, fun little like dance workouts or dance moves that they can kind of follow along with as well. And that way you can test their coordination ability to remember sequencing of things as well. So these are just some helpful things to help kind of strengthen them, but encouraging during like playtime and things like that is really helpful for making sure that these things are online, and that if they aren't, that what you can do to help them. So that's where chiropractic comes in. Really regular chiropractic care, especially from children at the youngest age possible, helps develop these things right from the beginning, even before your child maybe even crawling or walking. Like, we are are helping build these pathways in the brain, every adjustment, like I said. So at the beginning for a baby, it's all about, the 3 main things that babies do, and that's eating properly, sleeping properly, and eliminating or pooping properly. Like those 3 main things, if they're on track with that, we're off to a great start. But if they're not even doing those 3 things with, adequacy, we want to help you along with that. So getting checked out is the first step for us to be able to analyze what's going on in your child's body, being able to use our neurological equipment and testing to see if their brain is working to its best capacity and if their nervous system is on track. Are they using up energy or wasting it unnecessarily in different body parts? Or, is everything more online like it should be? So we wouldn't be able to know that without getting them checked out. So that's what we offer when we first have somebody come to the office, is being able to check their nervous system in that way. And that way we can go on from there to create a very tailored, personalized care plan. So that way each child has the best, outcome possible. And that way we can work to tailor our care and to make sure that we're monitoring progress along the way. So it doesn't have to be a lifetime of clumsiness and uncoordination. Like, it can be helped and fixed if we have the proper tools in place. So we are definitely here to help. If you have any questions or would like to reach out to us to be able to get scheduled, you know where to find us. And we are really excited to be able to help you and your family on your health journey. So we cannot wait to see you in the office soon.